What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Nick. That's Jeremy. We are the Men of Main Street, and today we are talking about Test Track, construction updates, pass holder perks, cool kids summer, and some awesome prints. Let's get into it. All right, Jared. So how was your week this week, man?
Hey, not bad. Sorry if I sound a little nasally, kind of fighting off a cold over here. I don't know who gets a cold in June, but apparently that's me. How was your
going
week?
around, man?
Yeah, I know.
It's been crazy. We've had some really freak weather up this way, and honestly, it's been leading to some pretty nasty colds. So I'm right there with you, buddy. I got a little tickle in my throat going this week too.
Well, besides that, check out that shirt. You got your Tahitian Tiki collection on. I love it.
I went out and got the mail earlier, and look what we got. We got the new Tahitian Tiki shirt.
Look, where's the sea turtle? Because that was the stamp of approval.
That was the stamp of
approval.
Right? Let's see if I can't pull it up. Let's see. I thought it was on the. Where is it?
Oh, it's there somewhere.
It's not going to be good if we don't have it. Oh boy. Well, we'll have to find it after, I guess, guys. I thought it was on the pocket, but I guess not.
It's there somewhere. It's there, and we know it's there. That's all that matters.
We know it is. There's also hidden Roosevelt's nods to it in here as well. So, it's got like its own hidden Mickeys, man.
Yeah, it's true.
But no, I like this. I will be the first to tell you the colors on this look a lot more vibrant in person than they do online. So, very happy to see that. This is definitely one of my new favorites. You bet I will be wearing this to the parks. I'm very excited for it. I have got some serious Tiki Room vibes to this, so I can definitely see myself going and doing something like that.
Who doesn't love a blue shirt? You look good in it.
Dude, absolutely. And then we also, we got new stuff that'll be dropping hopefully sooner than later when Mr. Morrow drops his new collection eventually. So, we got a whole bunch of new ones that we'll be adding to the collection here pretty soon.
Absolutely. I'm wearing an older shirt. It's just a more classic Mickey shirt. But
classic Mickey, man. Can't go wrong with that.
No, can't go wrong.
Right on, man.
Anyways, I heard some rumors floating around this week.
Ooh, we got some good rumors going around, man. And, good things die hard, man. I mean, we got, they're talking about Jim Henson, the Muppet Vision 3D actually coming to VR. So that could be something pretty unique.
Absolutely.
I mean, dude, we're in 2025, man. I mean, things can happen. I'm 3D printing a shoe right now, dude.
It's crazy.
I mean, things are just wild. So I could totally see this happening. I mean, we already got like Apple Vision and Meta and all that. I mean, I can just see myself sitting in my living room just staring at, Muppet Vision 3D, man, and I would not be upset about it.
And I'm pretty sure the source that we saw was a confirmed source, so they did record it using VR cameras, like the Jim Henson company. So, but it hasn't been, they haven't decided what they're going to do with it. It'd be great if they would release it, though. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I could totally see it being a little bit of a. I can imagine some copyright issues and stuff like that probably before they can go ahead and get that out there and figure that part out. But I'm sure it'll happen. I mean, I know enough people love it and enjoy it, and that'd be awesome because I think that would set the precedence to kind of go do that for other rides and other attractions going forward, which would really be cool. I mean, I don't see VR going away anytime soon. It's only going to get better as time goes on, and I mean, it's awesome, man. I mean, even the stuff that you're doing with AI and all that nowadays, it's pretty incredible. I mean,
it's insane.
I was playing with some stuff the other night, just trying to work on the Meta Main Street logo here, and I was able to do some pretty crazy stuff. So stay tuned, guys. We'll probably have something going sooner than later on that.
And speaking of the Muppets, we've also seen some photos.
Yes, we have
some aerial photos in which kind of show off roughly how much the expansion of Monsters Inc. world or land is going to be.
So, guys, just keep in mind with this photo, this isn't really going to cut into the parking that you and I would typically worry about. Those of you that don't know, Hollywood Studios' parking lot is a lot larger than it looks in a sense, because you have the main two areas that you would park in as a guest. When you first drive in there, it'd be that first section on your right or the first section on your left. And those are the two that they'll usually fill up first. And there's a massive amount of parking there. And then all the way over where you would kind of go to the exit lane that they have there usually, that's all cast member parking usually. So this is cutting into cast member parking significantly, at least for now. So definitely curious to see just how far back we're going. I mean, do we actually need all this space, or is this just their kind of like, lay down yard? Are we just doing this precautionary? I do wonder what we're going to be seeing here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to keep in mind that we know from the concept art that the theater itself over here is staying intact. And then the area is going to go further back this way, and there's going to be a massive building for a roller coaster. So
I was going to say a ride smack dab in the middle of the parking lot there, man.
Essentially, yeah. So I'm expecting most of this area is going to get used, and cast members are still going to need some backstage area. So probably some of this will become a backstage area as well.
Yeah. And I do got to mention, too, that I do know a lot of times they will have to shuttle in cast members from other areas as well. I know like Magic Kingdom does not have its own usual dedicated parking lot for that. They usually have to shuttle everyone in. So I could see them possibly doing it with something like this, too. I mean, fun fact, Disney's home to, I think, one of the largest, if not the largest parking lot in the world, actually. Or it's up there at least. It's got... I think they said it's like equivalent of like 6 or 7 football fields worth of parking. I mean, it's pretty massive there. So they know how to go do it. And the Disney transportation team is amazing. So I can only imagine what they're going to go do. But yeah, right on, man. That looks like one heck of an area.
Absolutely. And in other news, we did get some news drop this week in relating to Test Track.
Oh yeah.
Connecting to OnStar.
All right. So the big news here is that the ride is set to reopen on July 22nd. That is sooner than I expected. I'm so happy to see it reopen. They did release some details on it, that the attraction update will debut an all-new musical scores, as well as scenes that highlight technology, making our cars smarter and our lives more fun. So I think it's interesting. So previously we've talked about how Test Track was about testing cars and car performance. It seems like this version of Test Track is all going to be centered around enjoying the ride, or enjoying the ride with family.
Gotcha. So it's going to be just straight CarPlay Ultra in everyone's cars now.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I really wonder if they're actually going to include CarPlay in this ride.
Be like, give me the aux cord. No, it's wireless CarPlay in this model. This is how we do it. Everyone get your Bluetooth out.
And they said that one of the scenes showcases how vehicles using advanced cameras and sensors like LiDAR to see the world that they drive through. So the Imagineers in this room that they're kind of hinting at will have like 29,000 points of light, which is kind of like how your LiDAR radar works on your car to autonomously drive.
And I do gotta say, man, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of driving in a somewhat self-driving car. They're awesome, and it depends on the brand, and I've noticed that. But there are plenty of them out there now with the lane keeping assist and the auto speed regulation, the collision warning, all that stuff that makes it just that much not just more enjoyable to drive, but it makes road trips a piece of cake, man. You hop in there and you just hit go. It knows the speed limits you're driving into. It knows where everything is around you. Essentially, it's just a big, it's a vessel to get you A to B without having to do a whole lot now. So it's pretty crazy to see all that, man. But yeah, I can't wait to see what they're going to go ahead and show on there. Kind of bring that technology side of it to the field, and not just telling people that, oh, we have self-driving cars. Show them why we have self-driving cars, right? Show them all the different technology that's involved in it.
Yeah, the Imagineers also showed, there was a video that they posted that did show a lot of detail in remember that curvy part that kind of goes uphill, and they added a ton of like scenery and tree work to that area. So it'll be cool. I think it'll just be a cool ride to drive through.
Not just neon.
Yeah, not just neon trees. We got
not just neon cutout trees with EL wire around them.
They think it's supposed to look like the Pacific Northwest, is what I believe they said.
For the longest time, it kind of reminded me of like a more less roller coaster type version of Rock and Roller Coaster going through there with some of the signage. So I was like, oh, okay.
So there was actually a soundtrack that someone made, and it was called Tron track, I think it was called, and
I
it was an
remember
audio.
this.
You could put headphones in and start it when the ride start, and it would change the entire ride to Tron. And I did it every time, and I loved it. I thought it was so much better with the Tron soundtrack. It gave it a story. It made it so cool. So yeah,
You
I
know,
missed that.
Jared, I got to tell you, one of the last times I went on there, I think, I don't know if someone got in trouble for this, okay, because the ride broke down while I was on it. And they shut it all down. And what ended up happening was we sat there right before you got into the high speed run there.
Oh yeah,
we were sitting there and it was starting to downpour.
Ooh.
I mean, it was so. I know I have the picture somewhere. We'll throw it up in here. And I remember I went ahead and we went on it, and we were sitting there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way that we're gonna go through. They're gonna have to come evac us. This is gonna happen." Dude, they sent us through with it doing torrential downpours.
Oh.
It hurt so bad. It felt like I had a pressure washer just hitting my face.
Oh my gosh.
We were flying around the bed. I mean, it was awesome though. We got a great photo from it. And like I said, I'll have to throw that up in here because I know I saved it because it was so much fun to go do that. Definitely can't wait for it. I mean, I know we're starting to hear more and more about it. We're seeing everything. I don't think on my next trip I'll be able to. It'll be open yet, so I don't think I'll be able to go see it unless they do pass holder preview, which then
Yes,
I might
I think they
be
are
able to do that.
Yeah, I think they are. They're fully testing this ride. It's pretty much
absolutely.
ready to go, from my understanding.
I am totally fine with that. Just kind of like this print. It's not quite ready to go, but we kind of I took the test track logo. I started to do a little bit of design work, and I kind of came up with this. So I will. We'll add that as the STL2 this week too, man. Why don't we add that to the list of them?
Sure, we can definitely add that to the arsenal.
Right on. So just so you guys know, made this in Bamboo or in Maker Lab on Bamboo Studio. So a little something. We wanted to try some new features out. So we'll good luck printing it. It took me quite a while, but seriously, no, that's a nice little addition to go ahead and go with there, man.
Yeah.
Right
anyway,
on, man.
I would love. Next thing we're getting into is some of the summer offerings for annual pass holders, and I know you are one. So let's get into what we're going to call the pass holder minute.
There we go, the pass holder minute, man. And I fully like doing this kind of thing, man. This is going to be an awesome little segment we're going to start doing here, man. So with being a pass holder during the summer, they kind of add a couple extra perks usually. So a couple things that we have going on is a lounge right now in the former restaurant Marrakesh in Morocco. They have free snacks, beverages, stuff like that. Great little place to go kind of hang out and cool off in the AC. A lot of seating in there usually. And nice little spot. I mean, it's definitely a little bit set away from everything. You got to kind of navigate you right through Morocco to find it. And with that, we also have a new meet and greet as well for pass holders over in the Germany pavilion and the teddy bear toy shop. We can go meet none other than Dopey.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool. You know what's interesting is online they didn't really say who it was, but it's been Dopey. So I'm wondering if they're going to actually change that out at some point, or are they going to continue to do Dopey?
I can definitely see them kind of switching characters out as time goes on. That'd be really cool if they did. Great little spot to go do it. Kind of fits that whole German, kind of vibe and all that with Snow White and everything. Great spot for it, and it's currently there's not a whole lot going on over there anyways right now, so it'd be good to go do it there. We also love our magnets, man. We love our pass holder magnets. Can you guess what it is right now?
Oh, sorry. I'll just ruin it for you.
Jeez, you're
I have my finger on the button ready to go.
No, this time around, guys, we have Maleficent. This is an awesome magnet. All our magnets are awesome. I mean, it is. Trust me, when we all go, so my whole family is pass holders. Every time we go, we all have to go grab the magnets. Like, it's not just one. We get all three while we're there. So my fridge right now is just littered with magnets. And then my car is not magnetic because, aluminum body Fords. My wife's is, so her car is just full of Disney magnets as well. So, but no, we do love them. And let's see, what else do we got? So we got the new Cruella ice cream sundae, which will be available right now until July 31st. as part of the VI Pass Holder Summer Days. Do you see what they did there? VIP. And it's available over at Hollywood Scoops over in Hollywood Studios. And on top of that, we get some pretty awesome discounts and stuff that happen when we go. I think you'd agree with me. When you went with me, it's like pretty much having your own like VIP tour guide, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. That was it 40%?
Not not necessarily. So we got 20% off all merchandise in all the parks and springs and all that. We also get exclusive merch, and we get dining discounts. It can go up to 40% right now. That's new. Depending on where you go, certain times of day, things like that. But yeah, you can get up to 40% dining, which I don't know. I mean, Disney dining is pretty darn expensive, man. It adds up pretty quick.
Absolutely.
And I mean, just like everything there. I mean, on top of that, another huge savings is free parking. That alone, I'm going to be first to tell you guys, before I was a pass holder several years ago, I went ahead and I went on one trip with my family. We spent over $500 in just parking.
Wow. That's rough.
Yeah, and it's since gone up, and now it's about $35, I believe, a day to park there. Now you can use that parking admission to any of the parks, so you could take that receipt with you and go, from Epcot to Animal Kingdom. However, see, man, it's going around. Jeez. However, you can go ahead and it still does cost quite a bit. With this, you pull up. I tell you, it feels like you're VIP. Pull up, show them the pass, hand them your license. They look at you. They say, "Have a magical day," and you just drive on off.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not an annual pass holder, parking is something you really have to plan for, because that's an additional over like $300 expense you might not be expecting.
And another thing to keep in mind too is that the resorts, or from Disney Springs at least, it does not. They don't have a bus directly to the parks there. They purposely make it very difficult for you to get to the parks without having to pay for parking. So just keep that in mind. Unless you're Ubering to the parks, or doing a minivan, or staying at one of the resorts, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
So that is something to keep in mind there. Other things we get park hopping. As long as the park's not at capacity, we can park hop into it. They're going to be changing that up a little bit, especially Magic Kingdom with the new nighttime shows they're going to be doing there. However, you typically the rule has always been that you have to have a park reservation for it, which it depends on the tier pass you have, but you can make up to, I think, I can do 4 reservations, I think, at once. And then from there, you have to tap into that park. Now, you can tap in and then usually immediately leave and go to another park. That's a handy trick that I know a lot of live streamers have kind of figured out that loophole around. But that's definitely something right there, as well as we have a whole bunch of treats that we get. We get discounts on a lot of the not shows, but like enchanting extras kind of thing, like different experiences, stuff like that. Like I did Keys to the Kingdom, I get a discount on it, as well as your oh goodness, I was gonna go ahead and say something else there. What was it? Yeah, guys, I mean, it's just a whole bunch of different perks and awesome things to have. So definitely well worth it. If you're going to go more than like once or twice a year, you've already pretty much paid for your pass. I go. I mean, I just booked another trip.
Pushing 3 to 4 now.
At least 3 to 4, if not more, a year. And for me, it pays for itself in no time at all. So, I'm definitely all about it, man. And I don't look back. It's something that I've come to love, and I don't foresee myself getting rid of it anytime soon.
No, you guys use it for sure.
Absolutely,
make it worthwhile.
Heck yeah. And we also keep in mind too, each park usually does have an exclusive shirt, or at least some of them do. And they usually have their own kind of like pass holder section. I know Epcot does for sure. Studios does right now. I don't know so much about Magic Kingdom right now, or Animal Kingdom. I think Animal Kingdom might. Magic's kind of more blended in, but
yeah, you'll definitely have them. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. But to note though too, DVC or Disney Vacation Club also does have their own merch as well. It's not the same. They do have their own stuff there too, but I'll be the first to tell you, DVC is an investment. If it's right for you, it's right for you. But it is very, very costly. So just keep that kind of thing in mind. So
Yeah, maybe we'll get a DVC owner on the podcast eventually. To talk about their experience.
What? Short little story here. When I went on the cruise, I went to a meeting for it. They gave me a whole bunch of free merch and all that, which was awesome. And they went ahead and they had someone there that walked up to me, and he, I guess, became my sponsor, if you want to call it that. Came up and was like, "Hey, you should get it. If it's good for you, you're gonna love it. You need to get DVC." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I saw that price tag, and I said, "Not okay. Bye." It was. I'm going to put it this way, guys. It's an investment for life. It is not.
Yeah.
Don't look at it when you go into something like that as, oh, wow, I'm paying this much. Then it's you're paying into it year after year, but it costs a lot, especially a lot of money up front.
Absolutely. Definitely something you got to talk over the wife.
Yes. No, I called her to that meeting, and when he ever saw that she came in, he just knew that sale was blown. He's like, no, I guess we're not doing this now. Anyways, though, man. But, enough about me and all the pass holder stuff here, but that was the pass holder minute. A couple minutes at least. But anyways, Jared, do you want to tell us a little bit about what's happening at Disneyland and DCA right now? I heard we got some stuff that dropped.
Absolutely. They got a lot of Halloween-ish announcements that got dropped this week. I'm not going to spend too much time on them, but I did want to talk about them because they're really cool. So Mickey and Minnie Mouse, first of all, are going to debut their new fall looks for Halloween times. This is a little bit different than what they've worn in the past. It's inspired a little bit by their 70th anniversary costume, so kind of keeping on theme with the anniversary. Halloween time at Disneyland will start August 22nd and then run through October 31st. I'm sure it's very similar timing to how they have it at Disney World. Actually, that sounds probably late, maybe a little later, because I feel like Disney starts earlier than August 22nd. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think it's like usually, I think it might be a week prior usually.
Yeah. The other thing that Disneyland always does awesome is their Haunted Mansion holiday. Is when they turn over their Haunted Mansion to a Nightmare Before Christmas themed show, which is really cool. Yeah, I mean,
well, aren't you full of Halloween cheer?
Yeah, that's Jack Skellington for you. So yeah, it's a cool opportunity. My wife has actually seen this transformation before, and she said it was awesome.
Yeah, so Jared, real quick too. They are Haunted Mansion is just such an iconic ride in all the parks across the world, especially considering that every single one is unique. There's not one that's the same. So, this one is one it's on my bucket list. I have to see it. This one's over in it's got like a Port Orleans theme too. What's the name of the land over there? Is that
it is French Quarter.
It's French Quarter.
Is it? It's Port Orleans. It is Port Orleans theme. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my bucket list, man. It just looks so much cooler than Worlds. Worlds is, I've gotten so used to it, but that one just looks incredible. I can't wait to see it someday.
Yeah, it's really iconic. The queue is really different too. You got to get out there. In addition to that, they also do their Hollow Screams, which is a nighttime spectacular. Features appearances from many Disney villains like Hades and Ursula, and fireworks. So this, as I said before on Disneyland stuff, it's select nights. They don't run it every night, so make sure you check the schedule and as well as the wind there. That can be highly dependent on if they do fireworks at night. The one other
California and wildfires do not mix.
Yeah, it's true. Additionally to that, they do offer a Happiest Haunts guided tour, which is a 2-hour walking tour across Disneyland, with a bunch of stories, like scary stories about Disneyland. I don't know if they're like myths or ghost stories, but it provides Lightning Lane access to a select attractions that I'm sure they do during the tour. I guarantee you, probably Haunted Mansion is one of those rides. And there's also reserved viewing for Hollow Screams. Nick, this sounds like the tour for you based on your current needs of going here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go. It's going to have to happen. I almost booked a trip to go to Disneyland instead of Disney World this week. The wife went ahead and got a little offensive about that. So, honey, I'm going to Worlds. I promise you, going to Worlds in a couple weeks, not Land. Okay.
All right.
We'll wait and go with you for that one. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself.
Well, anyways, across the park, you get the California Adventure, their second park across the way there, and they do
such a cool park.
They turn over Radiator Springs into Radiator Screams, and it's a huge Halloween makeover. All the cars, the characters, and costumes, and they decorate it to the nines. It looks awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout ride also transforms into a Monsters After Dark attraction,
Ooh,
in which
okay.
you help Rocket rescue Groot from a monster-filled fortress, which is interesting. Mickey and Minnie's Trick and Treat is a stage show that they do on the Disney Junior Live stage with songs, costumes, and a take-home treat. So I'm sure some candy of some sort.
Awesome.
The other thing I think is really cool is they do this Plaza de la Familia, which is a
that's
celebration of Dia de los Muertos with festive tributes, music, and memories in California Adventure. And I thought that was a really cool thing that they do. And this is all not even talking about everything they offer with the Oogie Boogie Bash. And that in itself, the information I have on that is that it starts on select nights starting on August 17th through October 31st. I think we're going to save a special segment for that in a future episode because there's so much to talk about with Oogie Boogie Bash. It's very unique, very different from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party that we get in Florida. So a lot of different offerings there.
I think what we'll do, guys, we'll probably break it up. We'll do one episode. We'll talk about Not So Scary. One episode, Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
Try to kind of keep it unique. We enjoy bringing you guys a little variation in content every week here.
I agree. And the one last thing to note about these two things is that the seasonal spectaculars such as Paint the Night, World of Color Happiness for the 70th, those will continue throughout the Halloween season because, we only get that for a limited time and then it's gone, rather than the Halloween stuff comes annually.
Yeah, and I do got to say, I've watched a little bit of Coda the Bear Explorer over there, watching that 70th show. That's wild. Every night it changes to a different emotion and all that for the show, and they collect, like, I guess, results through the My Disney Experience app through the day and all that. So it's really cool. You never know, what they're going to be showing each night. So it's kind of keeps things interesting, man.
Yeah.
But man, we got to talk a little bit about a topic we talked about a little while ago. We have some more photos of some construction going on at the Tropical Americas expansion.
Yes, we do.
We heard some new stuff going out there, man. We heard that the question we were wondering before was what was going to happen to the Boneyard. It's going to close.
It is going to close, unfortunately.
Making way for all that new Indiana Jones stuff over there, man.
That is absolutely true. Oh, you got to hear that whip crack. I mean, I am a huge Indiana Jones fan, as you guys all know. But yeah, sadly, the Boneyard will be closing on September 1st. I'm interested to see if they actually just bulldoze the whole thing or if they kind of retheme it.
Yeah, I think that's still the big question in my mind is I can see them getting rid of it from some of the pictures that we've seen. I mean, there's a lot that's supposed to be going in that Tropical Americas area. And I think you have some more pictures to kind of cover what it was going to look like, right?
Yeah, I got some further back. So just for reference, so everyone knows kind of like the angle you're looking at, this was the entrance to Dinoland USA. Like, this is where Chester and Hester's, like, the carnival was. This right here is Finding Nemo. Restaurantosaurus is down here, and this is Dinosaur over here. Yep. So right here is the Boneyard currently. So right over here, this is all cleared out. And in one episode, we did talk about how when Nick went, you could see all the way back. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to go all the way back to the water. And yes, sir, they are. They're going all the way back there. You can see right here that they're getting all the way back there.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Do we have a closing date yet, too, for Dinosaur?
We do not currently, I don't think.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with that, because they've announced almost a year ago now that it was
I think it's just they have so much work to do on the Encanto section, which is, at this point, it's going to come before the Indiana Jones ride. Yeah. Just based on the trend that they're going. So that's going to be like a phased opening. But, yeah, we sad to see the Boneyard go. I don't know if we mentioned it. It's closing on September 1st.
Yes, yeah. No, that's I can't say I have spent a lot of time there.
I definitely did when I was a kid. It's definitely a really good place. Like, if you have little ones and they want to run around, you don't want to have to, like, watch over them, like, really closely the whole time. Boneyard kind of gives you that opportunity for them to just kind of run wild and explore. And if they love dinosaurs, that's a huge plus.
So that's what I should have been doing when I was eating my buffalo chicken chips over at Trillo Bites.
Yep.
I should have just dropped her off here, had a margarita, been doing that. 9 a.m. No one cares. No one's judging. Yeah, I should have just done that, man.
Yeah, and the one thing I will miss about the Boneyard, if they do end up taking the whole thing down, is at Christmas time they put a Santa hat on the big dinosaur fossil and then light him up, and it looked really cute when I saw it. So I'll be sad to see that piece go, but
Christmas across all the parks, that is a whole vibe. I cannot wait till we start talking about that and showing some pictures. It's just, oh my word, it's a whole
absolutely
aesthetic.
Yeah, I totally agree.
They do such a great job with everything with that, man. But yeah, no, man, that was I'm excited to see what we're going to go do over there. I'm glad that my suspicions were right, and we're expanding it that far.
I almost forgot to share. I did want to show the concept art of what it will be. So that area that we were showing that was under construction, that was this whole Encanto area that we're expecting to be there. I also noticed that this carousel of sort is here. So I'm wondering if like the Encanto building itself, this is all the way back by the water. Based on the layout and the pictures we just saw, I would expect the Encanto to be all the way back. And then this circular building to be more up front of where like the parking lot used to be for like Chester and Hester's.
I can totally see that. I get a feeling that the Indiana Jones ride is going to take more over by the dinosaur area. If I had to kind of guess, but I mean, who knows? We'll start to see more. I'm sure we're going to see more pictures as construction develops under there. I know we're going to be able to probably find some good sources like that. So.
Yeah, I think we know for sure that this area that we're looking at right now, this is just a remodeled version of Dinosaur.
Yeah,
because the track is exactly the same as in California. It would be very easy for them to turn over, and people love and adore that attraction. But I'm very excited because this is going to be a whole different adventure, whole different storyline compared to what we have in California Adventure. So
as long as we still keep the pipes that have the ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard on them, we'll be okay.
I have a feeling those probably won't stay, but I think they're going to put other Easter eggs in there for you, Nick.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, there is a hidden Easter egg in Dinosaur. If you look up at the pipes on the bottom section of the queue, or when you get past the pre-show and all that, they have formulas on them. Those formulas make up the respective condiments that they are colored to. So we have ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard. So fun fact, it was actually because that booth was sponsored by Heinz, I think, for a little bit. That's why it was brought in there. So I don't know, fun tip. But dude, keep moving on here. We got to talk about some cool kids summer stuff.
Dude, we talked about it, but we have to revisit it because
it's bigger than we thought.
It's a lot bigger than we thought. And like I think it's such a great way that Disney has brought in some more activities throughout the summer for the kids.
I got to say, one of my big things, Communicore Hall, man, I called it when they made it, saying, I feel like that's going to have a lot of fun parts or, fun aspects to it. They're going to do a lot of good stuff with it. They've already exceeded my expectations for it with everything they've been doing, between the little festival booths they do to the pop-up shops in there to the, showing the different, apparel and stuff like that. They did one recently for Festival of the Arts where they had different costumes and stuff like that of different people from the Disney Broadway shows. And now they've transformed it into Goofy Core.
They have
Dance with Goofy, man.
Oh, Goofy the man.
Goofy the man, the myth, the legend.
I just love sunshiny days.
yes, you do, Goofy. Gosh, I think we still got the Swedish chef doing the soundboard over there, man. I don't know. He's a little wonky with it all, but So we got dance parties, a lot of dance parties, man. We have Phineas and Ferb over by the entrance of EPCOT.
Yeah, so that's more of to clarify, that's a photo opportunity.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a cool.
Yes, no, it's photo opportunity for that. Then we have the dance party with Goofy. Then we also have at Studios, they have Get Animated over at Animation Courtyard, which remind me about that one, Jerry. I haven't heard too much about that one. Is that like a drawing thing?
So the Animation Courtyard one, they have a bunch of acrobatic performers, jugglers in the courtyard itself, and like a rolling DJ. And then if you go into the building itself, where Disney Junior has, they have a bigger DJ, and Mickey and a bunch of Disney Junior friends are there just dancing. So it's really
Right on.
awesome because the parents can go in there, cool off, sit down, send the kids over to hang out with Mickey. They don't have to wait in line to hang out with him, and they can dance till their heart's content with him.
That whole area is just the best area for parents with little kids. Taking them over
Absolutely.
there to go see the characters, and then going into the Disney Junior dance party and all that, and then with this going on as well, and then you go take them over to the Little Mermaid show across the way too. My gosh, you got like 2 hours worth of time to just chill out there and not have
And
to.
yeah, I don't think I've ever spent that much time in Animation Courtyard, but
No,
sounds like
but
it could happen.
I was gonna say we don't have a lot open right now, or we
No.
didn't before. So I mean, now it's gonna be interesting, man. But keep going around. I mean, we got more stuff going on at the other parks too. We got at Magic Kingdom, we got the Big Top Bash over at Storybook Circus. Another great spot if you have little kids. Awesome spot there. You can go dance with Pluto. They have free family-friendly Midway-style games over there too. So another thing too about Storybook Circus area is that if you ever go on the Dumbo ride, there is a playground in the middle of the queue. So you can always go ahead and let your little ones go run around there. They give you a little buzzer, and then they call you when it's basically your turn to go ride the ride. So,
And I was surprised they haven't done that more on other rides.
yeah, it's unique. It's a really we did it once or twice, and I was surprised. The wait wasn't more than it would have been just standing in line, which I thought was pretty wild. Yeah, so we have that there. Then we have the Galactic Blast at Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom. We got the DJ dance party at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage with Stitch. Who doesn't love dancing with Stitch, man?
That's true. I mean,
I love dancing with Stitch.
yeah. Keep in mind that one's outside, so it might be a little warm. But you got to sacrifice for Stitch. He's a very popular character.
Dude, it's Florida. It's warm no matter what.
No, I know, but that one's not inside. Just keep that in mind.
Remember, guys, we thrive on 105-degree heat with 100% humidity. And then over at Animal Kingdom, we have crafts over at Rafiki's Planet Watch, which, if you guys don't know what that is, you guys take a little train, and it takes you to the farthest end of the park. It has a little petting zoo area and all that over there as well. But if you head on over there, they have hands-on pollinator-focused crafts about bees and butterflies. Because remember, guys, we're pollinators.
Yeah, we
Get
did
rid of that ride too.
We did Rafiki's Planet Watch on our last trip with my niece Aurora, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
she loved the petting zoo and all the different exhibits. You can really get behind the scenes look at how they keep and take care of the animals there. She was crazy over the petting zoo, though. It was like,
that's awesome.
She had so much fun.
Absolutely, and it's not a very well-traveled area. Not a lot of people go to it.
No,
it's definitely it's pretty well hidden. So if you want something to go do, I mean, Animal Kingdom, I think in its own right, anyways, aside from the big attractions, is not crazy busy to begin with. I know when I go personally, I just really enjoy looking at what's around me there. There's always something unique that's around you, and I think it's wild to go ahead and especially go to an area like that where there really isn't a whole lot of anything going on, or I shouldn't say a lot of people there, but there's a lot of activities to go do, and I could definitely see me spend some time down there.
Yeah, and I think the one thing about Rafiki's Planet Watch that people often forget about, and I forget about myself, is that they offer animation classes at Rafiki's Planet Watch, which is really something that used to be, I believe, in Hollywood Studios and Animation Courtyard when that was a fully operating thing. But having the opportunity to sit with a Disney cast member and learn how to draw different characters by hand. I know they still offer it as well in Disney California Adventures. A little bit more popular there because I think more people know about the experience rather than getting on a train and going all the way to Rafiki's Planet Watch to do it. So if you're looking for a nice break in your day, and it's also, think about it, it's a free custom souvenir
done by you.
True.
Yeah, I remember actually, you were talking about some of the experiences and all that, back at studios way back in the day. And I thought that was crazy for me. So when I went to the Festival of the Arts, some of my favorite artwork was done by an artist named Scooter. I have one of his pictures here. I'll throw it up here after we do some post editing and all that. And I actually, it's a picture of the Walt statue with Mickey and Minnie giving him a hug. And I got the Walt statue sitting up in front of there. So Anyways, not to go off on that, Scooter was one of the animators that helped with some of the movies that we know and love today. So I think he said, which ones did he work on? I don't know if it was Mulan or Brother Bear was what it was. He actually helped do Brother Bear as well as a couple other ones. And those were actually all done and sketched and animated actually at Hollywood Studios way back when. So he used to live down there and go do that. So crazy to imagine that, some of the biggest movies that we've seen, growing up actually came out of there. So, but yeah, man, no, it's an awesome thing to go do if you have time, and definitely go check it out, man.
Definitely.
But moving on, we got to talk about some prints, man.
Yeah,
we got hard at work.
I've been hard
at work with this.
Really hard. Yeah. So, on Maker World, we're getting some good traction over there. People are really enjoying the prints, and I got a inbox. We actually have some, call it fan mail, if you will.
They slid into your DMs, man.
They did, and a nice person by the name of WDI_392 sent me a message saying that they would love a Pop Century Resort print because it means a ton to their family. They traditionally go there and they love it, and they would love to put it on their wall. Well, today is your lucky day because we are dropping the Pop Century Resort print.
Look at that, man.
It came out incredible.
That you did a hell of a job on that.
So this was quite a few layer swaps on my end.
So
like 7 or 8.
If you're a Bamboo owner, just remember you're going to have to, if you're doing any of Jeremie's prints, at least 3 to 4 AMS units, 16 colors every time. No. But fun fact, not to spoil too much, I do have another printer that'll be coming on the way. So pretty soon I'll be able to go do up to 8 colors at once. So less headache for me, I guess.
Maybe.
But no, Jared's been really hard at work. He's been actually doing and getting all the print profiles done up on Maker's World now. So now you should be able to go on your phone and just hit print.
Yeah, so I usually just load up STLs, and then you have to figure out how to color it yourself. But guys, I did the work for you on this one. I made it all colorized in Maker World. Look at it, pretty much exactly matches the sign out front.
Using Bamboo lingo. I'm liking this. He colorized it. Look at that.
So it should be ready for you to print as soon as you log on. And I'm going to be maybe going back to some of our older ones and fixing those up for you now that I learned how to do it. I apologize for taking this long.
It's all right, guys. We're going to get him a Bamboo at some point here. So fun fact, keep boosting his stuff and keep enjoying it all because
there's so much more to come. I have so much more. I have so much more to give you guys. There's some other requests in my inbox that we'll definitely get to. So just keep on putting them out there, guys. I mean, I love doing them, and we love talking about them on the show too.
Heck yeah. No, seriously, guys. And if you've been around, for the ride this long, can't believe we're on episode 12, man.
Episode 12. We're over 50 followers on Facebook too.
We're getting there, man. I mean, we're getting a lot of views every week. And we just wanted to say, thank you to you guys. We really appreciate it, and thanks for coming back every week. And just if you could just like, subscribe. It's the best thing you guys can do for the channel, and we greatly appreciate it all.
Yeah, and don't always feel like leave a comment if you got an idea, if you got a thought or a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys. The more audience feedback, the better. I would love to do some future episodes where we ask a question, give you guys a week to come up with some responses, and then we talk about them. That would be a lot of fun. So, we gotta get some more audience interaction going before we do something like that. So put your thoughts out there, and we'd love to hear from you.
Speaking of which, Jared, before we get too far, we actually just have another comment. I forgot to tell you about it.
Really?
We got a comment the other day, and I think it was actually from your sister. She said, "Love the episode. My idea for the Liberty Bell will be to park it near Tiana's and make it a mint julep bar."
Ooh,
so that was on our last episode.
I love that idea.
Yeah, man, I'd be all about that. I can see something like that happening. I mean, we already got a little boat at the end there, but I wouldn't mind a little bar over there, man.
That would be mint juleps. Mint juleps in Disneyland is like the best drink in the world. I cannot recreate it for the life of me. I wish we had it in Disney World because it's phenomenal in Disneyland. Like when you go there, Nick, you have to get a mint julep and some beignets.
And churros, apparently.
Yes, I mean everything's. I don't know. The food's just
All the
better
food's
there in
better.
general, but the corn dog, churro, and mint julep and beignets are like must-haves.
Yeah, it's on the bucket list, man. I've been hearing about these for years. I definitely want to get one. Um, but yeah, no, seriously though, Nicole, thanks for commenting. Thanks for watching. And yeah, we'll definitely keep the comments coming. We'd love to hear more about your guys' thoughts on everything we have going on. So
Yeah, we appreciate it.
absolutely. But Jared, we got to talk real quick about our print that you did.
Yeah,
we got Pop Century here. So
Pop Century.
Tell us a couple facts about it.
Yeah, let's get into it. So Pop Century opened on December 14th in 2003. The theme of this resort is around the 1950s to the 1990s pop culture. So there's a ton of icons here. You're going to see like bowling pins, giant Rubik's Cubes, Walkmans. There's giant Play-Dohs, like you see in this picture right here. They also have some characters, and back there's a giant jukebox. I mean, this place is really cool. That's the lobby, but yeah, there's like a giant yo-yo over there. I think this is a 60s section. Some interesting facts is there was a plan to do a second part of this resort that was going to be themed around the 1900s to the 1940s called the Legendary Years. However, that plan did not happen due to the decline in tourism after the events of 9/11, unfortunately. However, that expansion is now what we know today as art of animation. So, I mean, it stinks that we didn't get the 1900s to the 1940s, but we love art of animation. Are you showing your bad rendition of art of animation? No.
I'm trying. Hold on.
I still have the good one that I did like 2 weeks ago over here, but
I have so many in here. Boardwalk, not it. Port Orleans, somewhere in here. Trader Sam's.
All right,
There
I'm gonna
it is.
keep. Okay,
Art of
there it is.
animation.
There, oh boy. Anyway, geez, you're gonna break those things.
What's your desk full of? Just 3D prints of Disney signs?
Yeah, I have a stack next to me as well. The cool thing about the Pop Century, as we mentioned before, is that it has Skyliner access, which is a huge deal. I think actually the rates here are a little bit cheaper than Art of Animation as well, so that's really nice. Last time we talked about Art of Animation, the one thing I did note is that people will line up on the side of Pop Century. I heard recently that is now no longer the case, and they line up on both sides, and they take a little from both sides now. So I can't say that what I said before was totally true, because I heard that recently. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So maybe that was changed because guests were complaining that they had to walk all the way over to the end of the line on the Pop Century side.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That's definitely something. The Skyliner here has definitely added such a level of accessibility to these resorts, making them almost very desirable at this point. I mean, before it was kind of, I remember hearing horror stories about the buses and how long you'd have to wait for the bus to get there. Oh, make sure you're there at 5 o'clock in the morning so you can be there for rope drop. It's not necessarily the case anymore, which is just awesome.
I know people will start lining up for Skyliner at like 6:30 though. 6:30 a.m.
It can get busy for sure.
I was
especially in
watching.
peak
There was
times.
an influencer who stayed up Pop Century and rope dropped Guardians. Which, if you don't know the logistics of that, you have to get on the Skyliner, go transfer at Caribbean Beach, go all the way to Epcot, and then go to the other side of the park. And he actually got on it really quick. But this was also during because he was staying on property, he got in a little bit earlier than normal entry. So
I was gonna say, without the extra 30 minutes, man, you'd be sprinting to get there.
And that's a long walk. They said,
especially if you're going through International Gateway. I mean,
yeah,
wow.
Some other really cool things about the Pop Century Resort is they like to have fun in the lobby.
Yeah.
More specifically, they do the twist every morning at 8 a.m. and then at 6 p.m. you can head on back there and do the hustle. So that sounds like a lot of fun. I would like to check that out just to do that. Sounds like a really good way to not tell your kids about it, drag your kids over there for like lunch, and then all of a sudden be like, or breakfast, and be like, and then start doing the twist or the hustle, and your kids will just pretend they don't know you. It'll be really funny.
It was kind of like when I went to Magic Kingdom and I stepped on one side one of the applause boxes, and everyone just started clapping, and my daughter's looking at me like, "What are you? Why are they clapping at you? What did you do?" And I was like, "Stand here," and they just started clapping, and she's like, "I didn't like that." I was like, "Oh, like I liked it." Oh, geez. But yeah, no, it's awesome. I love when they do stuff like that. I mean, guys, it's Disney. It's always fun. If you're not having fun there, you've done something wrong.
I agree.
It's the most magical place on Earth for a reason.
Yeah.
Happiest place on Earth, though, is Disneyland. So
Some
they coined
other
it first.
Yeah. Some other things about Pop Century, they do have a pretty expensive gift shop on everything pop. They also have a food court that goes along with this that recently got refurbished back in July of 2024. It closed and it reopened just recently in April of 2025. New seating, a coffee shop window, and I think they added a few things to the menu. The one
Very
interesting
nice.
thing that did interested me on the menu was they had a peanut butter and jelly croissant, which sounds really interesting. I went to prepare for this episode. I went and rewatched Mr. Morrow's video when he stayed here, and he had that peanut butter and jelly croissant and a porchetta burger, which sounds so interesting. If you don't know what porchetta is, it's like pork and a lot of garlic, and they threw it on a burger, and he really liked it. So I would be pretty interested to try that.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. In addition to this, they also have a few pools here. They have the Hippy Dippy pool that I think this is the one right here, which is a flower shaped pool around the 60s. Then they have, I had it over here. It's right here. This is the bowling pin pool in the 50s section. And then I don't have a photo of it, but they do have a computer pool for the 90s. And that one actually has, I'm pretty sure, a giant computer and a giant keyboard next to it, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it just makes me feel old, is what it does. my daughter, she said, I said something about the 90s the other day. She says, "That means you're ancient." I was like, "Oh,
wow,
okay."
That hurts.
I said, "Wait to tell me that when I'm getting closer to 30." Like that just hurts.
That does hurt. In addition, so if you like to walk, I mean, the resorts are still big. You can walk it, but they do have a walking trail here that is named Memory Lane Trail, which is a 1.3-mile loop that goes through each decade, and it has trivia along the way. So actually, it's like interactive walking. So I would do that on a cool day, not a hot day, or early in the morning before you run to get on that Skyliner line. So
105-degree heat, man.
And you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to go do some walking trivia.
Yeah, absolutely. Who wants to go get up at 5:00 in the morning and just start doing that? That's all.
I know. Yeah, it's cool. The other thing I will mention is there's a lot of cool photo ops. I mean, you can get a photo with some life-size foosball and giant toys. This is over in the 70s section. Check out that giant Mickey phone. I mean, how cool is that?
Look at that. Yeah, man.
There's a ton of hidden Mickeys all around the property. I will also mention that the best section, based on what we know, is to stay in the 60s section because it's closest to the lobby, food, and the Skyliner. So yeah, it's a great value resort. Ton of theming. I think it's a cool place.
Absolutely, and definitely on my bucket list to go spend a night there, man. I think I'm going to try Art of Animation first, though.
I would say Art of Animation. The other thing to note about a lot of the Pop Century rooms is they're a little bit smaller, and they have Murphy beds for your second bed. So it's like a little table and it folds down to a bed. There's no issue with it. Like, it's a nice bed. It just comes out of the wall. So you might be like, oh, I booked a 2-bedroom suite, and you walk in, you're like, there's only one bed here. Your second queen bed is a Murphy bed, and it's just to help save space.
Very nice. Yeah, no, and I can. I've seen a couple pictures of it. I think my daughter would be really excited to go ahead and stay in one of those. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, another print as we kind of running up on time here, man. Not Disney themed, but I had to show this. This was just way too cool not to. My nephew is obsessed with ducks. So Hudson, this will be on its way to you very soon. So yes, that is a duck about the size of my head. It is flexible. It's made out of TPU. It's glow in the dark, and yeah, we love ducks, so we're going to go ahead and send that on his way. So we'll throw the file for that over in the description too, guys. But I don't know. It was just too cool not to show. Next week we'll have another cool thing to show you too. Not necessarily Disney related, but it's 3D printing related. And I'm going to the Midwest RepRap Festival this weekend. So we'll go ahead and have a little bit of 3D printer news to report on that too. So get a little more on the technical side of it.
You'll have to bring your camera, do a little vlog.
Absolutely, man. I take this thing with me everywhere I go. You kidding me? Never know when you have to go break it out and do a vlog from it. But yeah, man. So yeah, with all that being said, I think we're gonna about wrap it up.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Absolutely. We talked a lot about some construction stuff going on. A lot of big changes happening.
A lot of big changes.
So definitely can't wait to see what we have going on next week. But again, guys, we can't say thank you enough.
Yes.
And definitely keep those comments coming.
We would love to hear from you. If you've stayed at the Pop Century Resort, why don't you drop a memory, one of your best memories about staying at Pop Century?
There we go. Absolutely. What's your favorite pool? Where'd you stay? That kind of thing. Let us know.
Any tips I didn't mention or food options that you were like, oh, this was really good or this was not so good?
Absolutely. Keep it coming. So with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and sign off. And we will see all of you in the future. Take care, guys.